We're here with head women's basketball coach Jamie Cluesman ahead of a big rivalry matchup coming up tomorrow, Wednesday at 5:30 at the Pryor Center as we talk here on a Tuesday. Jamie, you guys obviously feeling good right now coming off that win over Catawba, number 8 in the nation. They were coming into that game. That's the highest ranked win you guys have ever had in the Division II era in program history. It was just a really fun day, a really big win. You guys led for all 40 minutes. You win that game by 10, kind of dominant fashion. And there were a lot of historic headlines in that game. The first being Caitlin Ross. She went into that game needing 4 points to break the Division II era program scoring record. She got those pretty quickly, finished with a season high 23, also added 8 points and 8 rebounds. She's been just ultimately impressive and another notch to her already long list of career accolades. But we talked about it post game with her and with you. Pretty cool to have that milestone come in a game that you win against the number 8 team in the country like that.
Yeah, there's not really any better way to knock that off your list. I'm just glad she got it early on. So, like she said, it was a lot of weight on her shoulders, so she could play more freely. And I think once she got it, she did relax a little bit and came into her own. And I thought she led us from the start to the finish in that game. But collectively, as a group, everybody was firing on all cylinders. We were locked in. So um, that's a tribute to Caitlin and Leah. They're fifth year seniors with their leadership. They're able to, help set that tone, and they're extensions of me when they're on the court. So, it takes a team effort. And we talked about in post game, Caitlin doesn't get those points without her teammates. So it's a full team award. But she's the one that's put the work in, and it's just exciting for a player like Caitlin, as good of a person as she is off the court. You don't you want those things to happen for good people, and she's an incredible human being off the court. So I hope everybody gets a chance to know her off the court, not just as a basketball player as well.
You mentioned Leah Kestner and her leadership. She had a good game as well, 10 points, 7 rebounds. You guys had 5 players in double figures, a really big one, especially in that first half that helped you guys kind of solidify that momentum and that control of the game with Sable Burnside. And we've talked about her a little bit. Another big game for her at the halftime break. She had 9 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, and 2 blocks already. She finished the game very good, 17 points, 12 rebounds, second double double of her career. I felt like she really, kind of like I already said, really helped you guys gain that momentum early. I mean, she was all over the glass defensively, did not let them get many second chance opportunities. And that was really big in starting the game off well for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Sable is obviously the most athletic player that we have on our team. So it's been fun to watch Sable channel her athleticism and kind of transfer it over to the basketball court. She's really starting to understand the game. She's starting to understand, like, our concepts behind, like, why we do things a certain way. So I feel like her just mentality and her focus has combined with her athleticism, and that's allowed her to play so well recently. But Sable's a very confident person, and when she gets a little bit of confidence, she's going to run with it. So I hope she finishes the season strong. She deserves it. She's put the work in. She's waited her turn, and she's really producing for us. And I think she's probably one of the most exciting players for fans to watch too. So she's going to put on a show with her athleticism and make big plays for us. So she obviously helped set the tone early on, like you said, and people followed her. When they saw her getting on the boards, it caused other people to crash a little bit harder. So if we can match each other's energy, we play our best. So hopefully just looking to continue to do that throughout the rest of the season.
And that's a perfect segue into the next person that I wanted to talk about. Typically, when you have someone get a double double with 12 rebounds, they're going to headline the rebounding category. But Caitlin Berger had 14 points and a career high 17 rebounds, her ninth double double of her career. She's been, I think, one of your most consistent players this year. She's been really good, being there every single night for you guys. And on a big night when you really needed her, she helped you guys dominate the rebounding category in that game.
Yeah, she was really surprised in the locker room after the game when we told her how many she actually had. So, that was a fun time for us to celebrate that milestone for her. But, Berger's the type of player that, is going to get multiple double doubles throughout a season. But, she's very consistent. She's a tough matchup even if she's a little bit undersized in the post, she knows how to protect her body and use her length to get her shots off and stuff. But the rebounding was critical in the game. At halftime, I really challenged her on the defensive end, and I think like that allowed her to be in better positioning to secure a lot more rebounds. But without her and Sable on the boards, it probably would have been a different outcome. So just glad that they were on the same page and both battling for those boards. Getting 29 out of 59 between two players is impressive. So hopefully they continue that momentum and are able to do that again against Emory and Henry.
And you referenced it post game immediately following the win, kind of without the ability to do the research yet. And you were absolutely right. You said that's probably our most rebounds in a very long time. 59 in total in the game. Catawba only had 32. You guys had 59. That's the most since 2018. Does that win for you, and when you get it rebounding like that and in such dominant fashion, like we said, leading for all 40 minutes, is that kind of something that as a coach you say, hey guys, look what can happen when you rebound the ball well, and does it just emphasize the importance of that aspect of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. It started with our defensive intensity though. We did force them into some rush shots or some off balance shots, which led to a lot of missed shots, which allowed us the opportunities to rebound. But I don't know, it was just like we all were just walking with a little extra pep in our step, with a little chip on our shoulder because, they had a lot to lose. We had a lot to gain. So we were the ones that were playing without any pressure on us. So it's, we're going to try to continue to approach games like that and just try to play freely. But, that's a big accomplishment. Again, another team accomplishment because it takes us all. There are certain times when we were face guarding Lyric Thorn. So that takes some of our players out of a rebounding opportunity. But, they don't bat an eye at that. They buy in and they do what's asked of them, and they do it as to the best of their ability. And it just happened to work in our favor on Saturday.
One of the coolest things about a win like that is seeing the reaction from the players and coaches to that final buzzer, and seeing just the joy and jubilation. And you came into the press conference after going in the locker room soaking wet after, them dumping water on you and whatnot. And um, it just makes me wonder, like, what can that do for a program, not only just in its future, but in the immediate future in this season, trying to find a way to get back on the right path and get into postseason basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it should just give us a lot of confidence. If you just look at even some of our losses throughout the year, to the, top half of the in the standings as they are right now. We were in every game with the exception of Carson Newman, so we know that we can play with the best of the best in our conference. It's just putting that together on the as a team. Our focus has to be on point. Are we the most athletic or most skilled players in our conference as a team? Absolutely not, but I feel like we have some of the hardest workers. We are very resilient. We push through injuries at times, and we want to do what's best for our teammates and for the program. So, I'll go to battle with our current players against anyone. So it should build confidence moving forward. And, we just have to continue, like I said earlier, just play freely without that pressure on us because we do play our best when we're just playing and not overthinking. So I don't know. It's a battle that we as coaches have every single day because our players go through different things every single day. We're back in classes, so they're trying to get adjusted. With the first week of classes being canceled due to weather, so it's a battle. You never know what they're going through. What their families are going through. So it's just trying to meet them where they're at and be supportive and just get the best from them. So that's our goal as coaches, and to try to just continue to give them confidence going into the next game.
And that next game is a pretty good reality check for you guys. It's a game that's always circled on the calendar. Rival Emory and Henry comes into the Pryor Center. Obviously, facing them at home is always a big deal, always a fun environment. That last time you guys played them, had that game in hand late, we're up. They come back, they find a way to win it at the end. How much has, getting a chance to exact revenge on them and take down your rival at home been on your guys' mind lately?
Just as of Saturday night, honestly. It's we approach one game at a time. If we look too far ahead, then we're gonna overlook someone. So, our mindset shifted after the Catawba win. We enjoyed it for a little bit after that, and then we our focus shifted to Emory and Henry. But yeah, we're excited. It's a good rivalry. I'm really good friends with their coaching staff, so we have great relationship. When we go recruiting, you'll always see us together. So it's a friendly rivalry on our end. I don't can't really speak for other teams on campus, but it's always exciting when you can play a team that's an hour and 15 minutes up the road. I would imagine they'll bring a lot of fans to the game. So I'm hoping it'll be loud and exciting in the Pryor Center again. I do have to compliment our band. They were incredible on Saturday, our students, and just friends and family of the program. It was the loudest that Convo's been all year. So I'm hoping that will even increase with Emory and Henry coming to town.
It certainly is shaping up to be a very good environment. And obviously, the big win the game before has to help get more people in the building and get them a little bit louder, hopefully, for tomorrow. I'm wondering, when you look back to that first matchup against Emory and Henry back in December, what did you learn about your team and about Emory and Henry even in that game?
Yeah, so it's a little bit earlier in the season when we played them. We I think realized that we can't get comfortable with any lead. They shot the ball extremely well. They're very late in the fourth quarter. We had a lot of contested shots. I rewatched the game again today, but there were a couple missed defensive assignments. But really, what beat us was our ridiculous turnovers that we had. There were multiple times, 3 or 4 possessions, we literally either just handed them the ball or threw it right into their hands. So I feel like our press offense has improved since then. So looking forward to maybe throwing something different at them in regards to attacking the press, and then the same with their 1-3-1 half court defense. So we know they're going to mix up their defense. So we've been preparing for that, and it's all going to just come down to who's defending and who's hitting shots, just like any other game. So we've definitely learned from it, and hopefully we can prove that tomorrow.
One of the biggest storylines going into that game back in December was arguably Emory and Henry's best player, Brianna Yarber, and whether she was going to play or not. She didn't play in that game, and that posed an advantage for you guys. She's been in and out of the lineup for them this year. She didn't play in their most recent game against Newberry, which they won. But how much of a factor can she be in changing the game? And how much do you guys have to game plan for her, whether she plays or not?
Yeah, she's a program changer. That's the type of player that she is. She's a tough matchup because of her length, but also like her ability to handle the ball, step out and shoot the three. She's one of the best shot blockers in the conference. So she changes the game not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. She's just an incredible player. So I don't know if she'll be back in the lineup, but we've prepared as if she will, just the same as we did going into the game in December. But you never want a player to be out, whether it's your rival or it's somebody that you're not even going to face. But injuries are a part of the game, and we wish her the best, and hopefully she can recover and finish out her season.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Should be a very good matchup, and obviously coming off that big win, good high expectations for that atmosphere and that crowd in there. So it should be fun. We'll see you tomorrow, and good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.